Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to listen up to Menace's Mike Podcast. We rollin'! Yeah!
Right, people. I like that little change of the intro. You know, Bert bringing us in nice with Bruce starting us off.
Good update. Good update. Bruce kicks everything off. It's fun.
Right. What on, everybody? What's up? It's your boy, Michael the Menace Johnson.
Coach G. Jones, holla dollar.
Holla dollar. You gotta say before I can introduce you. Introduce yourself.
I stay ahead of you. What's up, Greg Jones here? I'm pleasure to be here with my dog, Michael the Menace Johnson, leaving me hanging out this bitch.
Oh, my bad,
my
bro.
dog,
my bad,
man.
Bro. I dapped you up when I walked in the studio, so I didn't know I had to do it again.
We here to make some magic here tonight with these folks. Yeah.
Yeah. What you sipping on in that Kill Cliff?
Nah, it's just water, man.
Kill Cliff FC.
Kill Cliff FC.
The hottest gym going right now.
I think we're doing some things, man.
We're doing some bare knuckle?
No. But before that, in case people don't know, Kill Cliff FC, we are sponsored by Kill Cliff. It's an energy drink company veteran-owned energy drink company that has purchased the naming rights to our team, and we're very thankful and grateful for that. Did I watch fights this weekend? Did I watch fights? I watched a little bit of fighting. I made sure to tune in to watch Chase Sherman, and I ended up catching a little bit of Loic Hajabav's fight in the UFC.
Is that how you say his last name?
Yeah, I was pretty close, but thanks for calling me out. They wouldn't have known the difference.
Yeah, some people watching will probably
Hazabav.
I didn't even try.
So, yeah, I watched a little bit. What about you, man?
I watched that. That's all I watched.
Loic?
Loic was... the fight was fucking crazy. You watched the full fight? You watched a little bit of it?
I take that back. I watched the rest that I missed after.
Yeah. Brought some streaming issues. Loic's an animal. And he's like, it's crazy. Like when he gets tired, he still hits just as hard as he hits if he's not tired. You know, and he's always keeping pressure. Like he was losing the fight at a point. You know, I think the guy went ahead. No, it was third round. So he knocked him out third round. So I think the guy went ahead because he got a takedown. You know, Loic was probably a little tired at that point. But, man, the way this dude throws his overheads, bro, he caught the dude, just caught him right in the chin, put him out. Great performance.
For those of you that don't know, again, Loic Hajabov, that starts with a R-A-D. I don't know. They call him the Djiki Tank. Loic was a two-time PFL finalist, right?
Was he?
Yeah, he was a two-time finalist, wasn't able to win, and then was able to sign with the UFC. But he started to fight good. He had a little dip there in the second round. What round did he get clipped in?
It had to be the second because I caught it a little late too.
Yeah,
or something.
And then they finished him with a right hand in the third. Good right hand.
Yeah, he cracked him and then finished him. Yeah, and the dude didn't get up. He just ground and pounded.
What do you think about Chase? Chase Sherman's former UFC fighter.
The Vanilla Gorilla. That's my dog.
If Ben can get his knockout queued up, don't play it yet, but let's talk about him a little bit first.
That's my dog. I fuck with
Chase is a dog. Yeah, he's my dog too. But
Mississippi Pimp.
What do you think? Do you think this? He's fighting. He fought in bare knuckle, had a knockout in game bred bare knuckle MMA, which is an interesting concept. Do you think he's a better fighter without gloves on?
That's a good question. It seems to be that way.
Kind of, right?
Right? Like he's just got the knuckles that like he can find it. And it's ultimately, I think all the bare knuckle, like I respect both of them sports, bare knuckle boxing and bare knuckles MMA, but they're just street fights. You know, they're organized street fight.
It's raw, right?
Yeah, it's raw. Like that's the closest you're gonna get to the real deal. I mean, it's the real deal, you know, but that's the shit that we kind of all started with. If like a lot of the guys that like fought, like me myself, I fucking started fighting in the street, like stupid shit. But I'm sure Chase started off in the street, you know,
or the bayou in Mississippi,
the swamps. but yeah, he I think he's just made for the bare knuckle combat world. He was the first bare knuckle boxing champ.
Yeah, he was, right?
Yeah, heavyweight champ.
He had 2 or 3 UFC stints. I think he had 3 UFC stints.
Yeah, but his UFC stints were great too. It's just like a timing thing with him and.
You anticipate guys being from a striking standpoint more technical or less technical going from MMA to bare knuckle MMA?
Less technical.
Less technical, more of a fight, and maybe that type of situation suits Chase a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think he knew his opponent personally, which I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It looked like some fucking audacity. Like some problems. I said that word way wrong.
You just missed the all part.
Missed the all part.
Yeah.
Right. He seemed a little fucking pissed off at him. Like it was a problem.
Yeah,
that was a
you
crazy.
Talking about the last three? You talking about the last
violent finish?
Yeah, cue that up. Cue that up, please.
Violent finish.
Let's see. Let's take a look at it.
Maybe he just had a lot built up in him, and he just wanted to go out there, get a win, and be comfortable with getting out there winning again. There's nothing better than the feeling of coming in and getting a win when you've been off and on, you know?
Yeah, no. I told Chase this too. Like, I never seen Chase carry himself more. I cornered him for probably 3 or 4 UFC fights. And just his demeanor, man. He's just the way he walks with confidence, stepping into the cage, the way he executes his technique. He got clipped a little bit and kept marching forward. But I think Chase Sherman could be a problem in that.
It's his world.
Yeah, that's what he says, right?
Yeah, that's what he says.
He said, we just go down in the subway, to the subway down the street and fight in the parking lot. But let's take a look at that left hand. I think a left hook,
Under
right?
the lines of like Mike Perry and Lorenzo Hunt. It's like some guys are just made for it. I don't want to do that.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Or
Yeah.
or just maybe the lights aren't as bright. I don't know, but the bare knuckle definitely provides some type of enhancement with Chase.
Yeah, because I think being too technical in those sports is a bad thing in the bare knuckle game.
Yeah,
almost.
Well, really in either, but probably more so in the bare knuckle.
You kind of saw it a little bit with Eddie and Mike Perry.
Well, especially the boxing.
Yeah,
especially
Eddie's
the
boxing
boxing.
is so clean and so technical.
Yeah.
He was eating them up, but at the end of the day, Mike Perry's like, fuck all that technical shit. Like, let's fight. You know, and he got him with a bad shot, and
he said, let's make this a fight.
And that's
here we go.
where it
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Can you? We missed it. Can you run that back? Chase talking that junk.
Value.
You just let it run and play back again. You on Instagram?
He's a big boy now, right? He looks like a little bigger.
Is it gonna show the knockout?
Damn, man.
Damn, what's up, man?
This is the very beginning, man.
That's like the end of it. Oh my God! Hey,
Let me try and get a better angle on that.
Yeah, try.
You wouldn't go stop.
What was that on Kick? I don't know if you can rewatch on Kick. Maybe YouTube.
It's on Instagram.
But that wasn't a good clip. How about it's nice to see. I mean, you know, Alan Belcher spent the last couple weeks of camp in the gym with us.
Yeah,
but I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of Junior Dos Santos is kind of one of those guys. Obviously, I didn't want him to beat Allen because there's a personal.
Oh, they
connection
fought
there.
for the title.
They fought. No.
I heard.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. And they build Chase's fight as the title eliminator. Now we'll see if they follow through with that, but
they would have to. But I see what you mean coming down there if Allen wins and Chase wins, and then.
But
that's the fucking business.
I like Junior Dos Santos, and I like to see him win. For whatever reason, I really like that guy to have success. I don't know if it's his smile, demeanor, or what. And he can fight. But what did you happen to catch that one?
No, I caught a little bit of it, but I was on and on.
He caught him. He caught him coming out of a transition from floor to feet. And snuck a nice left hand in there.
Yeah, he's slick. He's one of the better, bigger guys with.
I love his boxing.
Some of the best boxing and striking.
Yeah,
like that's what he came in with.
Yeah,
he started getting everybody out of there quick. Won the title, so he's definitely one of those guys where I think now he's at a point where he's just having fun.
There's something to be said about that, right? And maybe Chase too. Maybe he was like the pressure of the UFC, all the lights and shit. Maybe I could just relax and fight and act like I was in middle school.
How old is JDS?
Oh, I don't know. He's multitasking over there.
Yeah,
but
I know, right?
He's like 38, 39, I bet.
So he's got to be a part. He's just having fun. That good. I'm telling you, the OGs, the older guys are still banging. I know.
Well, that's one of those things, especially with all the Bellator PFL stuff going on.
JDS is 40.
40, yeah. 40. I feel like Bellator cut around 100 fighters. So I think and hope that with all of the kind of movement going on, I hope we can see a resurgence of the regional scene. Not just the regional scene, guys like George Masvidal and other guys that are giving these fighters opportunity. 'Cause that's a big thing for you guys. You need opportunity to compete. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get something brewing here in South Florida.
Yeah, what are you thinking? You want to do a little promotion?
I've been.
Let's get a promotion going.
We ain't
gonna name it the Menaces promotion.
No, we ain't gotta name it that. I even had a name for it and everything. No, I'll put something new out there or something.
All right, don't spill all the beans.
We gotta spill beans because we have no beans.
Let's talk about that.
I got a fucking can of beans.
I got a couple beans.
I mean, yeah, man.
I got a couple beans.
Yeah, I mean, do you get fat off of them? Jack the Beanstalk beans?
I mean, I eat, not necessarily from that, but I be eating. You got that video up, Ben, or what?
I'm going on Twitter now, so
it's video.
We're still trying to find that Chase video.
Hey, I'm looking up his names. I'm like,
we'll post it on the Instagram. Don't worry about it. We'll post it on the Instagram.
I could have pulled that shit up on Instagram like 2 seconds ago, bro.
I'm looking, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, we have for today's Michael Johnson, for today's show, I think we have a new little segment we're going to introduce. Do you want to introduce it or do you want me to introduce it?
The segment is coaching the athlete, or we going to call it coaching the kid?
We're going to coach an athlete. We're going to do a nice little film review of Michael Johnson's last fight. Michael, you're going to fight again when?
Oh, yeah. May 11th.
May 11th.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Say it again. Where you fighting at?
May 11th.
Back in Lou. Yeah. I think we hinted around that a little bit last show.
I got Matt Frivola. Mm-hmm. Everything's coming to plan. Everything's coming to plan. I wanted to get back in. I wanted to fight, and things work out, you know.
Your last fight was when? What was the date of it?
February 10th.
February 10th, March, April, May. 12 weeks. That's good. Tell me about that. Tell me about coming off of a 3-round fight. You mentioned you wanted to have a quick turnaround, but tell me what you're thinking mentally and physically from one camp to the next, particularly whenever they're kind of stacked on top of each other.
So it obviously feels great to go into that situation, you know, to get back in and get another fight. Sure. To keep climbing.
To stay in your groove.
You know, right? Yeah, to stay in the groove. You know, you don't want to take much time off. At the end of the day, like, we're fighters. Like, we got into this business to fight. Like, we didn't get into this business to train, like, constantly just train and not fight. You know, we deal with it. You see a lot of people, all they do is train. It's like, bro, like, when the fuck are y'all going to fight?
Too many, yeah.
Like, oh, I'm not ready, or, oh, this needs to be perfect.
It's got to be perfect.
This needs to be this and that, or
like, it has to be the ideal opponent.
No, like, the fight's not going to be perfect. Yeah. So why? You know, don't even worry about it. So I just look at the career like a long toll road. You know, I've been saying that, and, you know, you come up to a toll, you got to pay the toll, that's the fight. And then the next toll could be 5 miles, it could be 50 miles, whatever, however long down that road.
Could be a couple hundred with a grind.
Yeah, with a grind, but I come right there, I pay the toll. Let's go to the next one. So this one happens just to be right.
Your 98th toll you're going to pay? How many?
Fuck. I've been on this road for a long time.
And we still here doing the damn thing,
we ain't going to run out of road. We
going
to just keep on the road. But it feels great. You know, I definitely needed to take a...
Came out of the fight clean, healthy, right?
A little clean, a little healthy. Yeah. You know, I always got some bangs and bruises.
Sure.
15-minute fight. But definitely just had to take a little bit of time, get my mind back focused on staying locked in for another 10 weeks. Like, I thought about this today. Like, I don't think people kind of realize how, like, I was locked in for 5 months for this fight, and now I got to get back re-locked in for 10 weeks, you know, and keep that going. That could be draining. So I needed to take
taxing, right?
Yeah, it could
mentally,
be draining, it could be taxing mentally.
Yeah.
You know, you start going fucking crazy.
Remind me again why you had that 5 months. The guys pull out, but I can't.
I got hurt.
Okay,
Empress big ass. Remember you?
Yeah. Okay.
I got the takedown though. I'm telling you. But yeah, I paid for it. Just a little injury, and then I needed to just let my body like heal and recover and get back ready for another 10-week grind, because that's another time in itself. So I don't want to put myself into a position to where maybe I start too hard this week or next week, and then I got to sit out week 3 and 4 because I fucked some shit up.
That's a veteran statement, Michael
That's a veteran
Johnson.
move, the OG
That's
move.
a veteran statement.
So.
So I think what a lot of guys miss, and we see it a lot of guys like Andre. I want to fight as often as possible. Da, 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 da. We see a lot of guys like that, and UFC's done it with other people. It's like no matter how you feel right now, there's still that cumulative body of work, that cumulative bumping and banging and volume on your body. I think you see a lot with guys when they win the belts. When they win the belt, that climb to the title takes so much out of you, and you see them defend it maybe once, maybe twice. So I think that's one thing we got to be careful of. I think you're in a good spot. I'm just speaking more generally. But your body can only handle so much. And I think that's what we saw with Andre. I mean, he had 4 fights in however short amount of time.
Really quick. His were quick. But at the same time, and I get that maybe a little break here and there could have been useful. But at the same time, we as fighters are in a position to where, we don't make that much money, so that's gonna force us to want to fight as much as
keep them starved
as much as we can, even if we're fucked up. I'm fucked up, but I could use that. I could use that little money, So I'm gonna try to get mentally there and then fuck myself up in the fight because I'm not healthy. That's what I suffered early in my career.
Yeah, I think it's too much. I think it's way too much. That I would be surprised. I mean, I would be curious to see what. Let's say this though. First of all, if you and I are fighting, right, and we went through the checklist. Hey man, I got this. I got a little neck. I got a little ankle, and then you went and told me, we would never start the fight.
Nah,
you know what I mean? So some shit is just expected, right?
Yeah, the commission be like, "No, you guys can't fight."
We're not.
You know what I mean?
Rarely are we gonna get full and total health. You're gonna.
You know how many times I've almost had to fake my commission, like you said, because something was fucked up, like squat all the way down. I'm like, as far as you can go. Just let me check the box, bro. Let me get to this fight.
In this sport, there are way too many people operating under that circumstance. If they're injured, something comes up, they simply cannot afford to pull out or reschedule.
100%.
They can't, and it's I don't know. It is what it is. It's just kind of where we're at. So,
well, we're gonna hit you guys with the segment.
Mm-hmm.
Coach and athlete breakdown of my fight against Darius Flowers, February 10th, Super Bowl weekend.
We call it Coaching
Let's
the
go,
Menace.
Chefs.
Coaching the Menace. It's a pain in the ass.
Ooh,
I bet they don't know we had the same hairdresser.
The ideal start. It's like, is this motherfucker there? Is he like? Are you? Yeah, it's like, are you lost, motherfucker? It's like,
no, I'm crazy.
Yeah, I'm fucking crazy. Like that's the ideal start to me, where nothing's going through my mind.
Blank.
Yeah, just completely
simple.
blank.
Some simple thoughts.
Simple things.
Jab,
like, I need to move my feet.
Yeah,
I need to move. But those aren't thoughts. Those are things that are gonna come as we go. Reactive things.
Yeah, it's. I think it's one of those things too. It's like calm. Calm is important.
Yeah.
But what I'm about to say only makes sense in this setting. But I think when you're getting ready for performance, especially for fighting, there's a weird calm intensity. It seems paradoxical. Like those two things don't go together. Mm-hmm. But calm, focused, heart rate under control, good breathing. But at the same time, you're intense. You're ready to strike. You know what I mean?
I always feel like if you start a little too hot, that's bad. Hot things cool down. You're gonna stop, bro. So
hot things cool down.
They do, bro. You start too hot, you're gonna drop and
tweet
cool
that.
Down. So it needs to. You need to build up to it and be in that place to where we're getting going, and then you can turn up another level on the person, and then oh my God, he's switched gears, and they're still stuck in the
Switching
same
gears. I like that switching gears part. Because I think if we can establish a good tempo and a good pace throughout the fight, then there's kind of sometimes subtle, sometimes not so subtle spikes in action, right?
Yeah.
That's where explosions come from. That's where a hard combination. That's where takedown attempts come from.
They get used to a tempo, and then you just like you said, switch it, and
maybe
2 punches turn into 4 punches, or things like that.
It's always the third and fourth punch.
Yeah, always. That's why I throw 6 of them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
One of them
something gonna touch him, huh?
One's gonna land.
So Ben, whenever we hit play, what we're gonna do is, I think we talk back and forth. We'll talk back and forth during it. If there's something we want to stop and discuss, I'll say pause.
Sounds good. All right. Sound on, right?
Please.
Yeah. Bored, and don't take this the wrong way. Like, it's fucked up. Like in Diego's fight, I kind of got bored a little bit. It was just too easy. Fucking wake up in the back, like motherfucker.
Well, I think I can make that same argument for Josh Emmett.
Yeah.
And I can make that same argument for the Brazilian guy you fought.
Diego.
I could. Oh, okay. I thought you meant the other Diego. But I can make that.
Diego?
I can make that that same argument for that. Because your feet are everything, and I cue in on your feet. And whenever you came out for that second round, you were just like standing on your feet. I don't know if you were being cocky. I don't know if you were just too comfortable or
Diego
what.
Fight?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I think it was just like I can see everything. Like everything's so slow. Like you're not. And I got too relaxed.
Complacent, yeah.
I got complacent, got stupid,
I think
so that leg grab was I need to do something different. This is getting boring.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I actually kind of had the same kind of tactic as for myself when it comes to wrestling, especially at the beginning of the match. It's like whenever I was in a high pressure match, your little league coach used to tell me, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you make a mistake, but you better do something hard.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to get mad if you make a mistake playing hard.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how they said that.
Remember
all
that
the
shit?
ways.
Yeah.
That was the number one excuse. I was going hard, though.
You're right.
We get yelled at for fucking up.
But,
you go offsides, man.
But whenever I hit one of those matches, what I would focus on and what I would try to do is in that first 15, 20 seconds of the match, I want to fire off my best shot, which is a double leg. And I want to shoot it hard, and I want to shoot it fast. If I score it, great. If I don't score it, even better, because now I got shit working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I started the game, and now he's chasing me, and he's like, oh, shit, that motherfucker's fast. How do I stop this for 7 minutes? And I think that I relate to that the same way to fighting, once you get hit for the first time, and all of a sudden things get calm, and it's like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
And
You got to get relaxed. Right? That's what I
mean?
always tell people. I was like, I just kind of go in to get hit a little bit. Like, wake the fuck up. Like,
No, I think that's interesting how that works. But go ahead, Ben.
Fighting really good. Real patient, too.
In the previous action, whenever you see a devastating technique or a really nice takedown like that, I think what we see is that action was set up 4, 5, 6, 7 actions prior.
Yeah.
You're here, you got him cornered a little bit, you're leading the dance, you got him on his back foot, you got a little bit of pressure on him, you mix up high and low strikes, you get a little hesitation into a shot. That's a good sequence right there, man.
Yeah.
And that's a sequence that works on everybody.
So definitely, which I need to start setting more traps for people, So I'm still learning at this stage in my career. I'm still learning. I'm still finding new little things to throw in there.
That's so cool.
And mess with and play with.
Yeah.
And just being like just coming in like, I don't know shit, bro. Teach me. Oh, you do that too? I've been doing this shit for 10 years, but I'm just acting like I just learned it.
Like a tree.
So, yeah. And
you grow. A tree stop growing, it dies.
Yeah, and it's getting better. So that's one
I
thing
agree. I agree. I don't even want to call it some sort of reinvention. I think that's going too far because you you were already equipped with the skills to do that. I think we're just now. Jason Jackson's a prime example. Look at Jason Jackson's last 3 fights. He's won 3 different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's being a true martial artist. And not that you can't execute like that. It's just you haven't yet. Besides this, you know.
Yeah.
It's a special.
And rewind for the
Maybe he just
restart.
didn't do
I turned around. So whenever, for those of you who don't know, whenever we go out for a fight, it's the fighter, and then he has 3 corners. Let's say the title fight, you have 4 corners. Main events are still 3. Non-title main events are still 3s, I think.
Are they? I don't know.
I think it's a title shot thing. Maybe. So you have 3 corners, and then the commission.
No, main event's 4.
Okay. Yeah. Then the commission signs an inspector to shadow you throughout the whole entire day until you leave the arena. And that commissioner sits right behind the coaches. And whenever they did that, I turned around and I asked the commission, I was like, why did we not reset in the same spot? And they said, I don't know.
Yeah, nobody knows. I think the ref
I
didn't
don't
even
know. Is it discretionary?
No, it must be, or the ref didn't know probably. Some refs do it, some refs don't. I don't know. I didn't ask. And honestly, I didn't want to go back in that position. I was like, man, I don't feel like fucking. I know, bro. I don't feel like fucking getting in there wrestling again, bro.
But I was in the corner. I was in the corner, generally curious about why that happened, but I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
If you hit him in the nuts, I could see.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
but
yeah, for sure.
I don't know. So, all right.
But I was fine with it.
Wait a second. That's twice. Okay, you got to be careful. All right.
Did you pretend? We'll just pretend about. We'll pretend the audience isn't listening, and give me some feedback. Perhaps 2 things you feel like you did well during that fight, and 2 things that you could have done better or need to shore up on. Doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not footwork and the composure, honestly. Like everything, I was just fully locked in for the whole fight. Like I didn't really try to get a knockout. I wanted to finish. I really wanted to finish. Like that's what I do. Like I want to go ahead and finish people. You know, like
yeah, but there's a balance too.
But there's a balance. Like just
getting your win.
Yeah, and that's what it was. So I was like, I need to focus on getting this win. So I was just staying locked in. Don't make no stupid mistakes. You're a million times better than this kid. But it's a fight. You've been a million times better than the motherfuckers that have beaten you because you've done stupid shit.
Can I, if you allow me to provide a little bit of coaching there in that statement? I think we talked about this too before. We should be careful how we talk to ourselves, and we should be really careful of what words we use when we talk to ourselves.
Yeah.
Instead of in the fight, instead of saying to ourselves, don't do nothing stupid. I like to stay away from that negative when we're in action. Stay sharp. Stay tight. He can't see me. Fire.
Yeah, and those are probably and those are more likely the words going through my head in the fight and before the fight. Like I'm just telling
empowering
you,
words.
I'm just telling you the thing is like I don't need to make it do stupid shit, you know. But in the back, in the dressing room and everything, those are the words.
Your self-talk is amazing, by the way. Your self-talk is amazing.
Crazy.
No,
yeah,
I've seen. You know how much crazy shit I've seen or heard?
Yeah, but people not realizing what it is, and yeah, like I go off into a world, and I think that's when I'm my best.
Well, I mean that's the place you got to get to perform at your best, and I don't give a fuck if people do think you're weird. If that's what you got to do to compete, that's what you got to do to compete. Yeah. Do you find yourself doing that in your training too?
No, I only do it in my training when I have a bad round or when I have like something like bad, like if I get taken down or if I'm really trying to get something done, I'm really trying to do something, and then I'm not getting it, I'll go into the corner, like, come on, or I'll look at somebody, they'll see me, I'm like, I need to get it going, you know, I need to fucking zone in on this, so it is, but it's fucking tough.
Words matter, man. Yeah. Words are important. Do you have certain cue words you use with yourself? Are you willing to share them?
As in training?
Yeah, something to find your focus, something to find your center.
So you know the glove things I told you about, and you were surprised. Yeah, I was like, I wrote smile on one and laugh on the other.
Yep.
And it's a happy face and a sad face. I just put a sad face just cause, you know, you gotta have no just cause, you know, I gotta.
Well, they're opposite, left
Just
and
the
right.
opposite,
Yeah.
And I asked you, I was like, you know, because a lot of people like, you just write gay shit on your gloves and they don't see it. And I asked
Man,
you,
you
and
knew
he was
I
like,
knew exactly what you was
He was
doing,
like, yeah,
man.
bro, it's to, you know, to remind yourself.
That's interesting. You know
to
why I
practice.
noticed that too? Not why I noticed it, but when I noticed you doing that, that adjusted the way I talk to you.
Yeah.
It changed the way I talk to you because once I saw that, I knew there was something going on. Obviously, it's very deliberate.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's very deliberate and very purposeful whenever you did that. So me, as a coach that sees that, all right, maybe Michael's just training a little bit tight right now. Maybe Michael's putting a little bit of pressure on himself. Maybe something's going on with Michael where I have to watch a little bit closer and observe and just remind him that ultimately this is a sport.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's probably more of a fight, but ultimately it's a sport. You're in a gym with 40, 50 guys all gunning towards the same thing. Like there's not...
And they're not bums. These motherfuckers are good.
Yeah, and they
Like,
keep getting
even
younger.
People that are younger are
Keep getting
good.
younger, yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So I got to put those in my gloves in case I go with Nikita or one of the other young little kid rushers and they're beating my ass. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, hold up. Like, and then I got to look at the gloves and, all right, just relax. Go get him the next round or get him a round after that. Or we'll get your ass tomorrow. Or sometime this week, like it won't be forgotten about, bro. Like I
keep your head on the swivel, dog.
Yeah,
Keep your head
for
on the
sure.
swivel.
So that's what it is, and it's just to keep me in that space. That hey, it's like
just
you said,
lighten
it's
things
cool.
up
Yeah.
a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we do a really good job of making shit hard on ourselves. You know what I mean? But whenever you asked me if I knew what it meant, I was on that shit weeks ahead. You know what I'm saying? No. And back to your point, like I watch, I observe. That's my job. I watch for subtle things like that. I watch for subtle changes of behavior. I watch guys' eyes. I watch, any patterns or routine that are a little bit off. This guy's always on time. He's been late a couple days in a row. What's going on, man? You good? You know, is your old lady something?
It's little things. It's a lot to deal with, and like people don't a lot of people, I don't know if they would say don't understand it. That might be a bad word to put it. They just don't know. Or don't care to know how tough it is choosing. Like, I'm not going to say somebody put a gun in our head and made it, so I can't be like, oh, this guy's saying their life is so hard or a fighter's life is so hard. You chose it. Shut the fuck up. Like, yes, we chose it.
Fuck fighting. Because this shit is crazy, and we all know it's not for everybody. But some people are just afraid to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish that feeling 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, even 15 minutes before you walk out into the cage. For me, it was a wrestling mat. That 15 minutes is the rawest, purest human form of emotion that I think one can experience. I wish I could still duplicate it. In a way I do, but it's different. I wish the normal person could tap into that and experience that at least.
They couldn't take it.
You have
No
to,
way.
yeah, well.
It's a nerve-wracking, one of the best in the world, bro. GSP is one of the best in the world. He's the coach of the Ultimate Fighter, you know, so I've spent plenty of time with him. Went up to train with him at TriStar a few times, and you know why? The real reason he retired, right? Because he got so nervous going into the fight.
Oh, I've been there.
He couldn't take it. Like, he's like, I'm so fucking nervous. And I was like, no way, I don't believe this. And I think I saw him in the backstage of one of his Koscheck fights. I think the second Koscheck fight. I think I went backstage and I saw him. Man, I was like, wow, he really was like telling the truth.
But
about
somehow
it.
he got
so
together
nervous. But he's one of the
used it to empower
the
himself
best
somewhere
in
somehow.
The world.
Yeah.
Like literally the best in the world is what he's done.
So
and
if you're
it's
young
fucking
kids
crazy.
and listening, if you're a little scared, a little nervous before your competition, don't worry about it, man. It's natural. It's your body telling you about to go out there and do some cool shit. You about to go dance
for
under those
sure.
lights,
and
man.
it is like I tell people all the time. I get nervous like right when I get a contract. I sign the contract. I send it
Life
over. I'm
changes
like,
immediately. All right, palms start sweating.
now I gotta fucking get ready. I gotta fucking fight, and this shit could be 2 months, bro. You don't fight. When's your fight? 2 months. You
can't even explain why. I don't know why,
bro. Like
But
this shit.
prior to, and this is obviously there's many reasons why what we're talking about is important, but prior to one of my national championship matches, I was in the back room, the back tunnel of the arena, in the bowels of the arena, in a puddle of tears, consumed with emotion.
Yeah.
It was, it was just the moment I allowed the moment to take hold of me. Thankfully, I had experienced my sophomore year where I had similar experiences without good results. So I'm grateful for that experience. So I think it demonstrated a good amount of growth. Fast forward a year, biggest match of my life up to that point. The one nationals didn't place the following year, and now I'm here. I'm here right now, and I'm just fully consumed and with emotion. So thankfully, I had a diverse experience. I was prepared well. I was coached well, and I was able to reframe it and come through it and get out a good performance. But I wish I can experience that again. You know what I mean? That's what I miss. I miss those moments. And those are the moments where you really learn to know and understand yourself, unlike any other sport.
Yeah. Let's get a coaches league going. Coaches league.
Yeah, I'm good with my athletic career.
They're trying to talk Henry into that. Henry's always saying, "Yeah, go ahead,
you got one in me. You got one in me."
All these fat ass coaches.
So Michael Johnson, May 13th.
May
Look out for
11th. This dude is fucking butcher. But yeah,
Look
this is
out
my
for
coach, by the way.
Look out for it, man. I operate on 2-week blocks, man. I come back from a fight, I look at the board, all right, here, boom, I'm good.
Yeah.
Everything else I shut out. I'll be overwhelmed, man.
I feel you. I'm about
calendar is
to
busy.
completely like shut off the whole world for the next like 10 weeks.
Except the podcast. We
Except
still
the
gonna be here.
podcast, we're still
Same
gonna be
time,
here.
same channel.
But everything else gets like shut off, like slowly shutting everything off from fucking yesterday on and just simplify. I'm about to be bored as a motherfucker, but happy.
Living.
We gotta fight, living, and let's get to work. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I know you
are.
No, you're not ready yet, but you're
Not
gonna be ready.
Not ready yet, but 10 weeks. Shit, wrap a bow in that.
Styling.
Wrap a bow in that.
Vintage.
Vintage. Well, everybody, G, what you got? Well, how's the wrestling club going? You got
Coach Darion Caldwell is doing a very good job with the wrestling club.
Good.
The youth state tournament here in Florida was this past weekend. He was at the gym. I wanted to catch up to see how everyone went. It's just so cool, man. It's like you got a bunch of new wrestlers, and you get to you get to see when the seed is planted and watch them grow all the way up through. It's just really cool. You've seen it with the basketball teams, right? Mm-hmm. From the evaluations to the point right now, youth basketball, from the evaluations all the way up to now, but it kind of looks like real basketball, and it's kind of cool to see these kids grow, man.
Well, that's good. Good for Caldwell. I think that suits him. He's about to have his boy grow up.
No, I think
That suits him.
I think he can do a good job at that. So
good. Well, everyone, appreciate it for listening to another episode of
and
Menace's
watching.
Mike. Listening, watching. Yeah, I thought this was the radio. My bad. I got these headphones.
Nah, we
on this
graduated from AM
microphone.
radio, dog.
Thank you for watching. Like my guy G Jones said, appreciate you guys for tuning in.
I was gonna say, like my man GJ said, I don't remember what I said because I just be slinging shit.
You said thanks for watching.
So, signing
Check
off.
you boys in.
Yep.
Check everybody next week.
See you soon. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to listen up to Menace